Hey, it's your old pal Lucid Stew again. This time we're going to talk about the Making of the Molecules stream from June 29th that covered the creation of Media Molecules E3 live music demo. A lot of the stream covers material from the Music and #Dreams PS4 stream, so I'm only going to cover the new stuff. Let's get started. First, we're looking at some of the logic for the visualizer from the E3 demo. This is a bunch of information running from the music piece to various effects. With Dream's sound capabilities, a true visualizer is possible. I could see people doing nothing but making visualizers really, because the options are nearly limitless and it's an easy way to combine music and visual art. A couple of outputs touched on were per beat trigger and also the envelope out. With those two, you can have something react on the beat and also to the volume of the overall piece. And then, as you can see, you can use that information to change any number of visual effects. We've seen animated strokes before and we've seen cloning before. However, this is interesting because it shows you some of the creative ways that you can create patterns and effects by combining the two. A great look here at the various sound outputs. You have is playing, which is a Boolean signal, per beat trigger, which we just talked about, per bar trigger, which is going to fire at the end of a segment of music. Length will vary depending on the time signature. On end trigger, which will output when the music is done playing. Note on, which presumably fires when a note is being played. Note off, which would be the opposite. Composite note data, not quite sure, but it sounds intriguing. Perhaps this quantifies the overall waveform, which would be an amazing tool for visualizers. And lastly, envelope, which is going to respond to track volume being outputted at a given time. And then taking a couple of the outputs and hooking them up to the glow and opacity of the stroke object to illustrate the visualizer concept we were talking about a minute ago. Something new for the instrument canvas, strobing effects. These stripy effect fields are modulating off and on. The result is that you get an effect vibrato when the imp is in the field, so the effect switches on and off rapidly. You could probably get the same result just by jumping in and out of an effect quickly, but this way would be easier and more consistent. Here are some microchip options. Some simple stuff like how the microchip is represented in the editor, but also some interesting options like the ability to change a microchip's volume, and it looks like quantizing below that, although I'm not positive about that one. And then lastly, a decent look at the inside of a counter. Both input and output are current value and starting value. Input only are increase count, decrease count, and some type of reset or loop. Then two output only elements which aren't illustrated. By the icon, one looks like some sort of connection indicator, not sure on the other one. I know counters are an issue in Little Big Planet. I haven't worked with them enough to know them very well. It's essentially an integer variable, but it looks like you can only increment or decrement it by one at a time. I really want to see more math in Dreams before I come to any conclusions. If you're an LBP veteran and are familiar with counters, please leave your opinion on this in the comments. My next video will be more E3 with the Mega Penguin stream, and after that I'm hoping to get current in time for PAX West at the beginning of next month. I'm also hoping to cut down my production time so I can continue making videos once the new semester starts in a couple of weeks. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and see you next time.